Alright, so this is the Brave 4, and this is the Brave 5. So the first noticeable difference is the Brave 5 is bigger. The Brave 4 has a front view screen, so you can know what you're recording from the front. You know how much time you have left, battery, all critical information right on the front screen. The Brave 5 does not have that. They both have a mode button, but the Akaso's mode button is built in with the power button. The Brave 5 is separate. They both have the option to connect via Wi-Fi on a phone. They both have the same, I should say, poor quality microphone, but it's not high quality. It's just okay quality microphone. It will pick up your voice, but you will get crackle and such. And they're both 4K, but 4K 24 frames per second, so it's not really true 4K. It's a form of up-converted 4K. The Brave 5 has a touchscreen. Okay, so they look like powered on. So to control the interface on the Brave 4, you use these directional pads right here and the OK button to make your selections. On the Brave, all the controls are right on the screen. So you can go into your camera modes, playback files. Let's get out of here. Come on. So it was a great idea for the touchscreen to be in there and in place for the controls and stuff like that. But I really do, surprisingly, prefer the directional pads right here on the Brave 4. It's easy to control. They're a little more intuitive. You can switch through modes easily by just pressing the mode button, and it'll switch you through photography. It'll switch you to play your video clip. It'll take you straight to like your resolutions. You go up and down. You press OK. Your resolutions change. Press OK. You hit mode again. It'll get you back to where you need to be at, to the main screen. Here it'll give you issues if there's no if there's no SD card in it. You won't get the same problems with this. This one gives you. I'm trying to say it because it's not a bad camera. But the touchscreen interface is sloppy and cumbersome at times. It's not the easiest touchscreen interface to use. And it must be a hard thing to do to put a touchscreen on that and make the interface more intuitive on something so small, because GoPro touchscreen isn't amazing either. In today's standards, when it comes to having almost everything touchscreen, where it comes to an iPad, your phone, Android tablets, all that type of stuff, the touchscreen stuff is real intuitive. And cramming so much on these interfaces on such a small screen is kind of clumsy. So I think when it comes to these action cams, they need to stick to this type of build. The small screen in the front, the mode button, and directional keypads is less frustrating to use. Also, another thing on the Brave 5 is this. I probably opened and closed this, I don't know, maybe 1,000 times, who knows. But not enough for this to start happening. If you can see that right there, it's cracked. So this little thing is made to close real snugly with this rubber grip, but you can feel the pressure it takes to close it up, and that started to wear, and this is about to crack off already, and it's going to be gone pretty soon. So that's going to crack off pretty soon. So that's poorly made. Sometimes I do like about it is this right here, that there's also it's already ready for you to screw it onto any type of like camera, like any tripod, without having to use any type of extra shells or anything. You just screw it directly into it. You dock it right on there. The battery life is still, for these things, it's not amazing. I say I can record about an hour and a half before the battery dies on these things. The Brave 5 is probably a little less than that. I say about an hour. I always keep one battery charged while I'm using the other one. The good thing is on these, you can have a USB cable and have it plugged into the wall while recording if you're not traveling anywhere doing your recording. So that's a bonus. So if you're recording right in the room or doing YouTube or something like that, you can just plug it right up and record it. These both have, this one is behind here though, but these both have micro USB and micro HDMI, so you can hook both of these up to a TV. One thing another thing I do not like about the Brave 5 is when you do start recording or stop it, there's no indicating sounds for it. The Brave 4 will call out whatever you're doing with it. which I really like that. It's especially when you have like mounted over like an overhead view, like I have this right here. The GoPro, if it's about to shut off, it'll beep at me 3 times, or if it's running out of footage, it'll make a beep at me. This one doesn't tell me jack squat like this one would. This one will say storage is full or something like that. Like, for example, let me start recording and hopefully this can pick it up. You will hear it.
Video start.
Hear that? Video start.
Video stop.
Video stop. Or, like I said, it'll say like storage full. It calls out what's going on. Great little interface on such a cheap camera, man. This one was about, I think it was 20 bucks more than this. And it's a good camera. You get the same video quality out of both of them. I'm going to show you the side by side after talking about all the features. But all the rest of the specs are the same. You get about an hour battery life. It goes up to 4K, 24 frames per second. You can go all the way down to 720, 720p. They both record audio. They both have the option for time lapse. They both have the option to take pictures. They both have the option to play back your video directly on the camera. They both have HDMI micro. They both have they both have micro USB. The only difference is the touchscreen interface, and you don't get any type of verbal responses when you're doing recording or any type of verbal call outs if the storage is full and stuff like that. And I do miss that. I really think they need this, until they get better with touchscreen, they really need to focus on this type of interface. A real basic, work your way through the menu like via buttons, but they need to stick to that type of interface. Other than that, I mean, they're both good cameras. You can't complain too much about cameras that are under 100 bucks. Now there's another Akaso that I read really good reviews about. I believe it's 130 bucks, and that's their first true 4K Brave camera that you can you really get to where it's really supposed to give GoPro actual real run for his money, since these are more like up converted 4K at 24 frames per second. So I'm ready to get my hands on that 4K 30 frames per second Brave camera. I don't believe it has a number. I don't think it's a Brave 6 or anything like that. I think it's a Brave. I can't remember. I'll put it in the description below once I look it up to let you guys know what it's like. But again, these are both good cameras. They both come with a lot of good stuff, like mounting brackets, 2 batteries, a charging dock, a remote control that goes on your wrist so you can record remotely. They're both good cameras overall, but I really do prefer the Brave 4 over the Brave 5. I do. The touchscreen it was a nice try, but Brave 4 over it. It's not worth losing the battery life and dealing with a cumbersome interface. Alright folks, I'm going to go ahead and put the footage so you guys can check that out, and check that out right now. Okay folks, that was just video footage of my room, my studio, but you can get the gist of the quality. It is 4K 24 frames per second, both of them. And that's it for this review on these 2 cameras. As always, thanks for watching, and have a great day.